Does our industry have a document dilemma? To break it all down for me, I'm joined by Kristian Borghesan, CMO of FutureVault. To learn more, Kristian, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So let's dive right into it. Let's start with the bigger picture. Do we have some type of document dilemma in wealth management?
We absolutely do have a document dilemma, and it is a lot bigger than I think many folks or many firms might want to admit to.
So why is it then so important to utilize a firm like FutureVault to centralize everything then?
Yeah, when you think about it, documents, they're really, in many ways, the lifeblood of an organization, how a firm operates. Documents touch so many different processes from start to end in that ongoing client servicing, client life cycle. They touch back office services, they touch the middle office, front office, and then they extend all the way down to the client. So they're really important for virtually everything related to how you service your clients.
Well, I think you make a good point that people forget that documents are the lifeblood, because that's where you're going to pull a lot of the data and insights out of to be able to obviously serve your clients and understand things in a fast but effective manner. So tell me a little bit more about FutureVault, kind of where you sit in the ecosystem and who you serve.
Yeah, so essentially we're a secure digital document vault. We serve RIAs, broker dealers, multifamily offices. Essentially what we do is we provide a digital document vault for firms to then provide down to their clients, where they can aggregate, centralize all the documents across the gamut of a client's journey. For example, from statements and planning documents to trusts, wills, all of those important things, and then allow the client to have access to it, family members to have access to it, and so forth.
And what has been the reception from advisors utilizing a service like this? Is it giving them time back so they can ultimately do what they do best, which is serve their clients?
Absolutely it is. Yeah, the firms that use us heavily and actually use us in a day-to-day practice really not only just enjoy working with our team, but they're finding a lot of time given back to them in their day. We give them sort of the nuts and the bolts of affording them the ability to do the back and forth document exchanges, bring everything into one spot, secure it, structure it, make it easier for them to essentially do business with their clients. And then, of course, I know we're going to touch on this probably, with AI embedded into the platform, we can do a lot more on top of that as well.
Well, since you brought it up, then we obviously have to talk about it. We have to know, right? AI, this thing is catching on a little bit, right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A tiny bit.
So tell me then, what's FutureVault's approach when it comes to AI? How are you guys looking at it?
Yeah, so there's a couple slivers there and a couple of things that we offer for firms and for advisors, even for clients too. One is, if you look at traditional document processing versus where we're at now and utilizing AI to really augment that document processing, we call it intelligent document processing. Previously, in traditional methods, that would require bodies, resources, time, money to go through documents, pull out, strip out certain data points they're looking for. That could take minutes per document, sometimes per page, and then you're keying it into systems. Now with intelligent document processing, what we can do is we can actually extract data from documents instantly. And then if we need to, we can surface insights and roll those up to an advisor or to the firm. But we can also then shove that data, let's call it shove, downstream to different systems. So we can augment planning tools. We can send it to a data lake. We can augment the CRM and populate data points there.
So then I have to ask for folks that want to know what else is on the roadmap for FutureVault.
Good question. So we've been tackling this in phases with AI in particular. So phase one was document level. Let's extract data from a single document. Phase two is where we're at right now. We actually just announced that earlier this week, which is rolling up insights from documents, which can be customized, for example, across an entire client vault. So if the client has 20 documents in there, 100 documents or more, you can surface insights from all of those documents inside a vault. Phase three, which is on the roadmap, is now you're an advisor, you want to look across your entire book of business and you want to roll up insights for all of your clients on a particular matter. That could be tax optimization strategies, it could be estate planning processes, it could support with the meeting preparation, it could be things as simply even as summarize this vault for me, or tell me what are the latest documents that have been uploaded into this vault in the last 4 to 6 to 8 weeks. Who were they uploaded by? What were the documents? Why is this particularly important for me?
So talk to me a little bit about why it's so important to be able to extract data from these documents.
Yeah, absolutely. So our belief in really what we're seeing play true and what we know to be true is that the data that lives inside documents is far more valuable than standalone data. Why? because it has context to it. And even if you think of this in terms of litigation or legal matters, what does it come down to? It always comes down to the document and the data inside the document. What does it say? When does it say? How does it say it?
Well, it's all about context.
It's all about context. Yes, it is.
Well, it's certainly all about the data and insights, and it certainly sounds like FutureVault has a very clear vision for the future. So, Kristian, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
For Wealth Management, I'm Shannon Rossick.